So here we are then, it's race number 10 of the second season. We're on to France.
See as your rival.
But first, let's pick a rival. Now, we've rejected the last couple of rivals that they've offered us, but we're finally going to take Lewis Hamilton on. I feel like the car is in a good position.
Well. Thank you.
And that'll be a great test to see how we get on. If we look at the vehicle comparison there, third from the bottom, but look, we are on par now with AlphaTauri and Aston Martin. A couple of upgrades to put in there to durability and chassis. The driver standings were 9th with 50 points, starting to really grab some points the last couple of races. Jensen got the points, finished last race, come 10th. We got the fastest lap in Austria. Third gives us another trophy to show off. And I think we're going to have a little change here of the gearbox as we reach race 10 of the season. But let's get on to France and see how we get on. In Q1, Jensen outqualifies us. In P7, we can P11 with 132.2, but puts us through to Q2, where we was caught out by the rain. Q2 absolutely bombed it down. We went out on the wet tyre, and it was not good.
Welcome along then to France, one of the great racing meccas, host of the world-famous Tour de France, and widely thought of as giving birth to the art of motor racing in the late 1800s. How far we've come since then, as this year's race gets underway. It's time, of course, for the French Grand Prix. A lap of Paul Ricard then consists of 15 corners and a total length of around 3.6 miles. Drivers will need to position their cars carefully on the exit of the flat-out turn 10, ready for the double apex right-hander at 11. Watch out for potential overtaking action at the end of the start-finish straight and into the heavy braking zone of turn 8. Before we begin, let's take a quick look at the grid lineup for today's race. Charles Leclerc lines up on pole position, edging out Max Verstappen, who'll start from P2. Moving on to the rest of the grid, we have Fernando Alonso, Ricciardo, Jenson Button, and Ocon, Bottas, Joe, Mick Schumacher, and Sebastian Vettel, Tsunoda, Hamilton, Carlos Sainz, and Russell, Norris, Jackson, Pierre Gasly, and Kevin Magnussen, Oscar Piastri, Stroll.
So here we go then. The rain has stopped and it is back to dry tyres. Going to go soft onto mediums, take a bit of fuel out of the car there. 20 minutes 11 projected finishing time as we just finish off the formation lap here and get ourselves a good grid spot. Just a little push at the end there. Angled the car to the right hand side. Looks like we're going to go down the outside here. 5 lights on the grid and away we go. We started P16 after that terrible Q2. Russell Wibbles, Norris, they also got caught out by the weather and went out on wets when they could have done intermediates towards the end. As we get really close there to George Russell, he's got backed up by Pierre Gasly. Carlos Sainz is in there. And that's a great move around the outside for us. Will we keep the position to George Russell? He's going to throw it down the outside. We're going to slam it down the inside. We thought about it. But Pierre Gasly closed that door. We go around the outside here. Very powerful this. And they'll throw it down the inside. We beat Carlos Sainz. We beat Pierre Gasly. What a great move that is. Look how far Lando Norris got up actually. He's gained a lot of positions there. Lewis Hamilton up next with P14. Around the first couple of corners there of this French Grand Prix. 13 laps. Carlos Sainz and the Ferrari pulls alongside us. Can still see a bit of damp on the track over there. We try and switch back the inside. Probably cut that corner a bit too much. That yellow bollard goes flying. It just looks like it's calmed down just a little bit. Now look at that. Still puddles on the track. You can see them. We want to avoid them. They'll dry off as the race carries on. Pierre Gasly now in P16, trying to get back at us. We need to ensure that the cars aren't allowed to pull away here. Although you would expect Carlos Sainz and Lewis Hamilton, our new rival, to do so. We want to be catching the likes of Sebastian Vettel, even Mick Schumacher there. Aim for the top 10 as we go and throw it down the inside of Carlos Sainz there. Carlos Sainz looks to be caught unaware. What is that about? Pull over to the left-hand side, right-hand side of the track to ensure there's no slipstream allowed. As we chase down Lewis Hamilton here, down this straight. DRS opens up on this straight on the next lap. And you're within 1 second of the car in front. Carlos Sainz and Gasly just had a little battle which allowed us to just gain a bit of time. Look at Hamilton and Vettel. Vettel looks like he slammed the brakes on Hamilton. He's messed Hamilton up there around the corner. We take that position. That is a really nice move. And we're going to chase Sebastian Vettel now in the Aston Martin. Vettel just like he got on the brakes, which allowed us to just slip past Hamilton as we squeeze Hamilton again. We get in front of him round that corner. Probably take that corner a bit too tight, riding a lot of the apex. But Hamilton will come back. As it stands, we are just in front of our rival. We're within 1 second to catch Sebastian Vettel there. Yes, you can see the DRS is open as we come to the end of lap 3, starting lap 4. Lewis Hamilton here pulls out to the right hand side. Will be on the inside line here on this corner. Who's going to take it first? Oh, looks like we just outbroke Lewis Hamilton, forced him to go wide, and Lewis Hamilton loses a place to Carlos Sainz, who sweeps on by, but he carries momentum through that corner. Will he take us here? Oh, we probably just cut across Carlos Sainz, caused him to cut the corner. And now Lewis Hamilton, who seems to have a bit of pace in this race, has caught us up twice. We run wide there. Carlos Sainz had to adjust his steering as we threw ourselves back on the track, using our ERS up here to try and defend to Carlos Sainz in the Ferrari. Who will win this battle here? As we brake later, just touch the apex. Carlos Sainz pulls out of that battle. As Sainz and Hamilton switch positions there, but then switch straight back. Back down this long straight on lap 5. Lewis Hamilton cleared Carlos Sainz. He'll chase us down now. Look at this side by side. Hamilton looks like he's in front. Oh, Hamilton looks like he's gone deep. Hamilton's gone deep. Did Hamilton lock his brakes there? Or did he just misjudge that corner? But he's gone deep and we just swept on right past him. And now he's got Carlos Sainz to contend with. Here we go, lap 6. We've been told it is our pit window. Get in the pits next time round as Carlos Sainz sweeps on past us. That Ferrari power now starting to show as he's absolutely cleared us. We seem to be better than Ferrari in the corners, so maybe that's where we'll try and get them. We've overtook Sainz twice now in a cornering situation. These tyres look like they're just giving up with some grip now. As we come into the pit lane behind Carlos Sainz. Optimal turning. Oh, what was the pit crew doing there? They were too slow from moving from Jensen. Oh, you look at that. We've come out on top of an Aston Martin. I'm not sure that's possible. We've come out on top. Sebastian Vettel, what will happen here from the pit exit? Look how crowded it is. Oh, who's locked the brakes up there? Kevin Magnussen locks the brakes up. Pierre Gasly takes advantage, goes round the corner. We defended well there. Who's in front here? We just pull in front. It's a three-way attack into this corner. But we take the position. Looks like Magnussen lost out the worst there. Locks his brakes up going into that first corner. It's putting behind Pierre Gasly. We'll chase Sebastian Vettel down now. We're in P16. Some of the fields still have to go into the pits though. It's Pierre Gasly going for a drag race here. Both of us with DRS flaps open. We're yet again just better in the corners. Late braking. Controlling the car with more pace. As Gasly's pulling alongside here again. And he's got in front actually. Gasly's got in front. That's a great move. We're going to track down the inside. No, Gasly carries too much momentum for us there. And now we're under threat from Kevin Magnussen. He's taking the inside line, so he's coming a shorter distance around the track, but we have more speed than him. Momentum to carry us through. It looks like he had to slam on the brakes there. So did Pierre Gasly. Is that an attempt to defend? As we come around the final corner, we spot it yet again. Maybe did cut that one just a bit fine, but we use our car to get round Pierre Gasly, forced him a little bit wide. We'll keep a bit of time back, balance to him. And on lap 8, we're in P16. We're still chasing that Aston Martin off Sebastian Vettel down. Will we try the same move just on Pierre Gasly? Yes, we will, but this time we actually keep it in bounds both times. It's a great move.
Nice move, good job.
And we use DRS and ERS to just push ourselves away from Sebastian. And we've dropped him big time now as we chase Carlos Sainz. Now I do wonder if, we've got yellow flags actually. What these yellow flags for behind us. Someone must be going slow. Who's out the session? It's Pierre Gasly. Pierre Gasly out of the session. We was battling with him at the start of this race, so that's good news for us. Good news for the team. For AlphaTauri, they were close to us in the constructors, so good to have them dropping points. But as we're saying, Carlos Sainz just can't seem to get past some of these cars. Same with George Russell. That's just bad management. As we force our way down the inside of Carlos Sainz, he's not comfortable with that car in corners. He's on hard tyres. What have Ferrari done to Carlos Sainz's strategy? He's on hard tyres in a race that does not require hard tyres. He goes down the inside of us. Will we break him here? We've just got... bit of contact there between Sainz and ourselves. We look like we threw it down the inside last minute. Sainz turned in. Did we do that right? Did we do it wrong? As the two Mercedes are up next in 12th and 13th. Just not being able to clear some of the cars in front. Mercedes look like they have regressed this season, just dropped back on the usual performances we expect of them. Will we make that same move that we made twice in this race already? On Lewis Hamilton here, I think we're going to. Oh my god, we've not cleared one, we've cleared two. Both the Mercedes have been cleared in one corner. Hamilton and Russell. Unbelievable move there. Throws it down the inside, steers the car right at the last minute, touching both apexes. We're on lap 11 here, we're in P12, Yuki Tsunoda's up next. I'm just wondering, is it possible to score a point here in P10? With 2 laps remaining, I think P10 is an achievable position for us. Let's go around that long sweeping right-hander. We're chasing Yuki Tsunoda down for P11 here. Looks like we're close enough here. Looks like we're close enough. And we've squeezed Yuki Tsunoda. We've forced him to make a mistake there on the apex. It's brought us closer. Look at the onboard here. Yuki Tsunoda's locked up. Yuki Tsunoda locked them tyres up there. Now just seeing the puff of smoke, and that gives us P11. Look how far Yuki Tsunoda goes down to P14. Both the Mercedes clear him. He locks his tyres up going round. He looked like he's under pressure and made a mistake. So we've now got 1.4 seconds to chase down to Mick Schumacher to try and grab a point. We're on lap 12. Is it possible? 1.1 seconds now. Mick Schumacher looks like is his tyres gone? Is he getting stuck behind Zhou? Maybe Zhou Guanyu is backing him up in the Alpine, because we are very close to him. I think we're going to try it again. I mean, that looked like it was forced. That looked like it was forced to me. We'll have the DRS here. I think Mick will have gained it also off Zhou Guanyu. He's in front in this first corner. They're side by side. We've forced our way in front, but what we have to be careful of now is the 2 Mercedes who are swapping positions. Hamilton just swapped with Russell there. They're getting ever so closer. Oh my word, what a move from Mick Schumacher. He's retook that place into that slow corner. We take the position back on that. What is happening here? The last lap is providing us with some great racing. We'll be using all of our ERS here down this straight to ensure that Mick Schumacher cannot catch us. Mick is being chased now by Lewis Hamilton. He's overtaken him. Lewis Hamilton and George Russell clear Mick Schumacher. Zhou Guanyu's on hard tyres, less than a second, with some really high speed corners coming around, which means we'll have better grip on the mediums. Can we catch him? Can we catch him for a P9 finish? This will be interesting. We've got to be careful. Hamilton behind us, half a second behind. Max Verstappen sets the fastest lap, which can only mean that he has come across the line. Oh no, Fernando Alonso sets the fastest lap. Max Verstappen wins the race for Red Bull. Surely we are too far back here to try that move on Zhou. Yes, we are. as it's a drag race now between us and Hamilton to the finish line. Hamilton's gaining. Hamilton is gaining, but the finish line comes just in time.
So Natalie, what do you think helped them deliver this result?
Well, I honestly feel it was down to the driver and car today. I mean,
These winners, the team at Red Bull have done a phenomenal job recently, and it's clear to see that they've put in the work, and they should be so proud of the victory they secured here. Now this result affects the Drivers' Championship. Charles Leclerc's points today take him to the top of the championship standings. So then, Natalie Pinkham, who would you rank as your